In this video, I'm going to be showing you the coolest trick to do for a blunt haircut. You've got to see this. Whenever I do dry cutting, I do like just to prepare the hair with the flat iron just to make sure that there's no kinks in her hair. Zoe's hair is pretty straight anyway, so I'm just quickly going over those ends just to make sure there's nothing too crazy going on. Zoe has dark hair, so I'm going to use a light colored cape. This is really good whenever you're doing perimeter work. It makes it so much easier to see your lines. But then we're going to twist the cape. So I'm actually going to be putting the long part of the cape behind her. And this is because we're working on the back of her hair. I don't know about you, but I've had times where my scissors are actually chopping the seam of the cape. So this is going to prevent that from happening. It's been approximately a year since Zoe's had her hair cut, so this is going to make a huge difference in those ends. The first thing I'm going to get Zoe to do, she's standing, which is really important because her hair is so long. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get her to hug herself at her ribs. This is going to smooth out those shoulder blades and give me a nice flat surface to work on. This was key. So I seen this trick at a hair show. And guys, this was just a game changer for me. So standing your client is something I've done lots of times, but giving them to give themselves a hug, I have not done that before. So this is new. Hugging themselves flattens out the back and then tilt the head down so that you get a really nice tight line. Then I'm going to take that whole section, I'm going to give it one twist and then cut straight across the bottom. As you know, when you twist the hair, you're going to be creating some over direction on the sides, which is going to give you a bit of an arch, but that's exactly what we want to do. Keep in mind the head is down right now, but look how nice that line is. If the hair is thick, and even Zoe's hair is not thick, but I'm still just going to go over it and, just tidy up that line. If the hair is thick, that's okay. You might have a little bit of a rougher line, but you can just use it as a guide and just go back over it and give it those fine details. Now watch when her head comes up. She has a really nice straight line. There's no curve to it. It is perfectly straight. So by doing the curve when the head is down, encourages that nice straight line that really hugs the body and makes it very soft when her head is upright. So the only thing left to do really is to make sure that the front connects to the back. I am going to be showing some face framing here too, so if you'd like to watch that, stay watching. So I'm going to get her to tilt her head back, or basically just look over her shoulder, and that's going to force me to work continually on the back of her neck, which is exactly what I want to do. I want to be cutting against her back instead of trying to drape it over her shoulder. This is going to, again, just make sure that there's a consistency with that line. We don't have to worry about any holes or pockets happening. And the same thing on the other side. Zoe's just going to look over her shoulder, and that way I can just work right on her back. Love, love, love this technique. And love how it turned out. And notice what a difference it makes to have a light cape on dark hair. It really does help you to see those lines good. I'm going to do a little bit of face framing, not a whole lot, but you can see how there's a bit of a corner there right in the front, and we're going to work on just blending that out. So I'm going to section her right at her ear, and I'm going to be pulling everything forward and then just slide cutting to blend that through. If you're unsure about slide cutting and you might need a little bit more practice, you can check out this video right here where I do show slide cutting and some other texturizing techniques that you may find helpful. So again, right at the top of the ear, and then just slide cut. And then always check your work. I've been doing this for, I think, over 25 years now, and I still check my work. We're all human. We just need to check our work. So now I'm going to just take just behind the ear and I'm going to pull that forward. Keeping her nice and straight, head is up. It's important to examine where you want to cut. Don't just start cutting. So I have her head upright. I'm looking to see where it's falling. I'm looking to see if there's a corner or if it's going just the way I want it, but I still do see a bit of a corner there that I want to get rid of. So I've gone just behind the ear and I'm pulling it forward and I'm actually over directing it. So I'm almost to the other side of her head, cutting it. And again, this is ensuring that I'm not really taking a whole lot of hair. I'm really just connecting it, which is what we want to do. And then the same thing on this side behind the ear, and I'm pulling it pretty much over to the other side. And once you do that, you may notice that there's a little tiny bit of a corner that's going to separate what you just did in your face framing into the sides and the back. So you just want to make sure that you go back through and get that. I am point cutting that out just to keep it really soft. I would encourage you all to try this technique. And if you do give it a try, please let me know in the comments how you like it and how it all turned out, what your clients thought. This is a great technique and I really hope that you like it. Thanks so much for watching and have a great hair day.